Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a full face of first impressions. I have a bunch of new makeup that I have yet to try. I was originally going to do a review on this foundation. This is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation, but then I realized I'm probably really too late to do a review on this because it's already been out. There's already been a bunch of reviews on it and that kind of stuff. So I figured I'd just do a first impressions, including this foundation, to kind of see how it wears. I've heard great things about it. I can still do a review if you guys, let me know in the comments down below if you guys want it. But for right now, I'm just gonna do a first impressions and see how it looks on the skin. So yeah, if you guys want to see a full face of first impressions and a bunch of new makeup, then just keep on watching. So I have a variety of new makeup. I have some makeup that just came out. I have some makeup I've never tried before. I have a lot and I need to start using some of it. So what better way to do it than a first impressions video? So because this foundation is supposedly matte, I am going to go in with a hydrating foundation because I find if I do a mattifying primer and a matte foundation, I feel really dry, where if I do a hydrating primer and a matte foundation, it just looks so much better on my skin. I'm not really giving this foundation a fair shot because I am using a primer that I've never used before, but I can always try it again if you guys want. I can do a video of me doing first impressions using this foundation with a primer that I usually use on a daily basis. Whatever you guys want, does not matter to me. Of course I want to film stuff that you guys want to see. But the first product I'm going to start off with is the Model's Own Face Base. This is the color correcting face primer, but it's hydrating, so I'm not too sure how it's color correcting. But so yeah, anyways, I'm not sure if Model's Own is still in business. Last time I checked, I got this at Ulta for like $1 because their whole brand was 90% off. I don't know if Ulta just stopped carrying Model's Own or what's going on, but I'm gonna try out this primer because I've been dying to try their primers, and it comes with a little pump, which I love. Oh, I don't know if I like that. As you can see, I have 2 unwanted guests on my forehead, and they hurt so bad too. For a hydrating primer, this feels very like silicone-y, if that makes sense. Like, it feels like a mattifying primer. It doesn't feel like a hydrating one at all. Like, it doesn't feel like a cream. It feels like a pore filling kind of primer. I don't know how I feel about that. Alright, so while that primer's kind of sinking in a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and start the eyes. I don't know if I have a new eye primer. Let me look. So the eye primer that I have is this Marc Jacobs Undercover Perfecting Coconut Eye Primer. I actually got this at Marshall's for $7.99. Surprise, surprise. So I'm going to go ahead and try this. Let's see what it says. 12-hour staying power, crease proof, color, eyeshadow intensifier. Sounds promising to me. I love Marc Jacobs packaging. It's like the best. I usually stick to primers that have like a tint in them so it can kind of cover up my veins. This one unfortunately doesn't have a tint in it, so it's not going to do that, but that's okay because I'll just go over it with an eyeshadow to kind of cover up my veins. I'm going to use this palette. I'm going to use the ColourPop Yes Please palette. I just picked this up and I've tried their eyeshadows, but I've never tried their eyeshadows in a palette before. I've only tried the Super Shock shadows. So I'm going to go ahead and use this because I've been dying to test it out. This is what it looks like. And basically every shade says Bryanna on it because this is the palette I would 100% use. Okay, so first off, I'm just going to take a big fluffy brush and I'm going to take the shade Full Zip right up here. And I'm going to go ahead and place this all over my entire eye to set my eyeshadow primer. I don't think I'm going to do anything too crazy with this look, so I'm really just kind of hanging out today. Anyways, so now I'm going to take the shade Champs, which is this shade right here, that light kind of color, that light pinky peach. I'm going to go ahead and put that in my crease to start my transition. So a transition shade is basically just the color you first lie down. And then what you do is, it's kind of hard to explain, but you take the lightest color. So for example, if I were going to take this orange into my crease, you'd go the shade lighter, start that in your crease, and then go with the color you're going to use and put it in your crease. And it just helps make it blend a little bit more. And it's a little bit easier rather than having to blend for like a million minutes. You can just kind of already have your blend going by using a lighter color, if that makes any sense. So far so good. The primer isn't making it so eyeshadows are clinging in certain spots. I do wish it was tinted, but that's no biggie. And the eyeshadow is blending pretty good as well. Now I'm going to take this e.l.f. blending brush and I'm going to take the shade Big Cocktails, which is this one right here, that orangey color. Just going to put a little bit on my brush. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to focus that into my crease. I'm going to go back in with that fluffy brush and I'm just going to blend a little bit more just to kind of melt the two colors together. Alright, so I turned the brightness down a little bit so you guys can hopefully see the colors a little bit better. Now I'm going to take, one thing I will say is there's a lot of kickback in this palette, which is totally fine. It really doesn't bother me. But so yeah, if you press into here, the powder, the eyeshadow goes everywhere. I don't know if you can see it, but it's nothing that really bothers me. But if it bothers you, this palette does do that, just an FYI. Now I'm going to take the shade GNO, which is this next dark orange color. And I'm also going to put that in my crease, but I'm keeping it more towards my lid rather than bringing it higher up. I'm like focusing it directly in my crease. As I say, I'm not going to do anything too crazy. It's already getting a little cray-cray. Alrighty, now I'm going to take my big fluffy brush again. And I'm just going to blend. Alrighty, so next I'm going to take the shade Note to Self. And I'm just going to kind of tone down the oranges a little bit because I kind of went a little overboard. I'm going to put that right on top of where I just put GNO just to not make it so orangey and a little bit more of just like a warm brown. Alright, once again going back with my fluffy brush and just blending. Alright, now I'm going to go in the shade French Kiss, which is this deep mocha color. And I'm like literally taking the smallest amount and I'm just going to put that on my outer corner. Just to kind of deepen it up a little bit. These ColourPop shadows are really pigmented, so you want to make sure you start off with a small amount. And then you can always build it up. You can always build up your eyeshadow, but you can never take it away unless you just take off your entire eyeshadow look, which I've had to do before, and it is the worst. I'm having a little bit of difficulty blending this deeper color. I don't know if it's my brush, but see how it's like just kind of like sticking right there? I'm going to go ahead and take my fluffy brush and try to blend that out. This side blended pretty well. This side is just like stuck. Alright, that is as best as I can blend that side. I don't know why it's just sticking to that one spot. Maybe I didn't set it good enough with my eyeshadow. This palette would be perfect for my Instagram series. I'm doing a rainbow theme feed on my Instagram, so one day I'll do all red, one day I'll do all orange, one day I'll do all yellow, so on and so forth. So if you guys want to see my, you know, rainbow feed on Instagram, then go ahead and follow me. The link is always below. But so yeah, one day I'm doing red and then the next day I'll do orange and so on and so forth. I already did the red one. I'm just waiting to post it, and then next is orange, and this palette would be perfect for that orange look. Now I'm going to go into the shade Butter Cake, which is this one right here, this like gold kind of color. I'm gonna go ahead and pack that on my lid. Their shimmers never disappoint. ColourPop shimmers, like that's like the perfect color. Alright, so I think that's it for today's look. I just wanted to do something super simple, and I also wanted to try this palette. But like I said, I do wicked crazy looks on my Instagram 95% of the time, so go follow my Instagram if you want to see some really crazy eyeshadow looks. But so yeah, let's move on to the face. I'm just going to take a big fluffy brush and dust away any fallout, just in case. Alrighty, so foundation time. The time I've been waiting for. I've been dying to try this foundation. This is the, like I said, L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear. It's supposed to be transfer proof, all that jazz. So I'm actually super excited because I really only like transfer proof foundations because I hate having to worry about hugging someone and it coming off. So if I find a transfer proof foundation like in the drugstore, I always give it a try. This is in the shade 420, I believe. Breathable texture. Go ahead and shake it up. And I love the pump. I love it. It's actually pretty liquidy. I hope this matches okay. I'm just kind of guessing. I'm just going to take my beauty blender because that is really the only thing I use to apply foundation. I don't ever use anything else. Color actually is pretty good. It's a little too yellow for me. But honestly, I'd rather my foundation be a little yellow than too pink. It does have a scent, but it's not a bad smell. I kind of like it. It's not like their lipsticks kind of smell. It's definitely like a better scent. Like a fresh kind of like cleanser kind of scent. If that makes any sense. Yeah, it's definitely a little yellow for me, but it's doable. Okay, so far I have pretty much covered about that much with a pump and a half. And I'd say the coverage is medium to full with a sponge. With a brush you might get more coverage because it isn't absorbing as much product. But I definitely give this to like medium to full coverage. We'll see on my forehead once I get to my huge, what do you call these? Huge volcanoes on my forehead. I really like the scent, but if you're super sensitive to smell, like you just don't want your foundation to smell at all, then I wouldn't recommend this foundation because the scent is pretty strong, but I like it. It covered my zits pretty good, to be honest with you. And the color like isn't really too shabby, but we'll see if it oxidizes a little bit. I hope it doesn't. Okay, so far this foundation looks really good. It is a matte finish, which I've actually been kind of trying to stay away from in foundations. Even though I'm super oily, I just noticed that like if it's too matte, it just doesn't work well on me, I guess. But I actually like how it looks. Like you can tell I have face makeup on and you can see my pores, but I feel like if I use this with like a decent primer that I actually like, this one might look really, really good. Like if I use my go-to primer with some primer water and then put this on top, I feel like this would actually look really good. My zits are pretty much like covered. I actually like it. Like I don't mind if you can see like foundation on my face. Like if you see, like, of course it's better if you can't tell I'm wearing foundation, but if you do, I'm really not like, oh my god, you know, worried about it. But so far, I actually like, don't mind me, I'm looking up close, but I need to try this with a different primer. I feel like this primer just ruined this foundation. I feel like I could like it a lot more than I do right now. But yeah, I'm not like, oh my god, this foundation is amazing, you know. I feel like it's the primer that's ruining it. So I want to give it a second try with a primer that I actually like and some good primer water. I don't hate it. I've definitely seen way worse foundations, but I definitely want to give this a fair try. I'm kind of hoping it'll last a little bit better throughout the day, or it like wears well throughout the day. It kind of reminds me of my Estee Lauder Double Wear foundation. The way it's sitting on my skin, it really reminds me of that. And so yeah, I'm excited to see how it wears. But like I said, I definitely want to give it a fair shot with a primer and that kind of stuff that I actually enjoy. Okay, so believe it or not, I actually don't have a new concealer, which I'm really surprised. I literally can't find one in my collection. But anyways, I'm just going to go in with my Tarte Shape Tape. I recently just tried this. I hopped on the bandwagon and I see why people really like it. Now that I've tried this, as you guys know, let me rephrase that. As you guys know, my favorite concealer is the Makeup Revolution concealer. That's supposed to be like a dupe for this. Now I've tried this and the Makeup Revolution concealer. I definitely think they're not that similar. Like, they both have their pros and cons. Like, this definitely has a way better coverage and it doesn't crease on me where the Makeup Revolution one does. But if you're on a budget, it does the job really. It's nothing like, if you're not about spending $30 on a concealer like me, then I recommend getting the Makeup Revolution one. It's not identical, but it does have its similarities and its differences. Oh my god, my under eyes are so bright. Now, because my concealer is like really bright, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of take whatever's left of my sponge and just put it on the rest of my face to kind of even it out. Alright, so now for powder, I'm gonna use, I really want to try this powder. This is the RCMA No Color Powder. I have been dying to try this for the longest time and I finally got my hands on it. I'm not too sure how I'm going to use this because it looks like a little seasoning jar. Okay, I have a little steel palette, but I couldn't find it, so I'm just going to use like this thing right here. I don't even know what it is. It has like cotton balls in it and stuff. I'm going to take my RCMA powder, No Color Powder, which I actually got this on beautybay.com, so, and I did a haul, so if you guys want to see my Beauty Bay haul, then click the little thing somewhere up here so you can watch it. Oh, that was too much. Alright, so I'm going to take my sponge. I'm going to bake for once. I get so nervous when I bake because I'm scared it's going to ruin everything. Like my concealer and powder and stuff. Okay, I will say this foundation definitely oxidized. Like, it looks so much darker. Does it? I feel like it looks darker. Maybe I'm crazy, I don't know. Okay, I look ridiculous right now. Alright, I'm not going to let that sit because I don't have patience. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead with a powder brush and I'm just going to dust it away. Oh, I like that it kind of deepened out my concealer a little bit. So, if you're using a concealer that's too light for you, this would work pretty good at deepening it up if you needed to. But it didn't like crazy deepen it up, it just kind of made everything blend a little bit better. And my under eyes look so smooth. You know how like powders can feel really tight under your eyes? Compared to my Maybelline Fit Me powder, this one does. My Maybelline Fit Me powder does not make my under eyes feel tight when I bake. This one does a little bit, but I've definitely felt a lot worse, so it's actually not too bad. Okay, so believe it or not, I'm a beauty guru, and I've never tried the Benefit Hoola Bronzer. And I'm going to try it today, so I'm really excited. Like I said, this is a Benefit Hoola Bronzer. I've never tried it before. I got it for Christmas because I've been dying to try it, and I'm so excited. It's my little bronzer brush from who knows where. And I don't know how much to use, but I just dipped it in, brushed it up. Okay, I knew that was going to happen. So that was a little bit too much. So I'll blend it a little bit. Guess we're going for a really bronze goddess look today, you know? I'm going to take my Real Techniques powder brush, if I didn't already say what it was called. I'm just going to blend it out. See how I just like blended that all together? So it's not like so damn harsh. Okay, so I do have a new blush. I actually just bought it yesterday. This is the Milani blush in Blossom Time Rose. This is a really pretty color. I'm just going to take my little angled Wet n Wild brush. And I don't know how much to get, but I'm going to start off with a little bit. I'm going to put it on my cheeks. Oh, that's a really pretty color. Alrighty, now for highlighter, I have a few highlighters actually. I think I'm going to use this one. This one is from Model's Own. It's in the shade Golden Sand. It's the Sculpt and Glow Highlighting Powder. It looks like this. It's super, super pretty, and I hope it is on my cheeks too. I'll have to find out. I'm just going to take my highlighting brush, dip it in there. I don't know if it's going to be blinding, so... Oh, okay girl, you are. Oh, that is so pretty. Now the foundation has sat on my skin a little bit and I put some other products on, it actually looks really, really good on my skin. It looks really, really good. That is so pretty. I love that. And it's not like glittery. It's like full-on glow. It's not like chunky glitters, you know? Make myself look like Rudolph. You know, can't forget that part. I love the way this foundation looks on the center of my nose right here and on my forehead. It just looks so smooth. Yeah, I gotta try this foundation with a different primer because like on my nose and on my forehead it looks like perfect, and then elsewhere it looks good too, but I gotta try it with a better primer and I'm so freaking excited. So if this is better than my Estee Lauder Double Wear, then girl, I'm gonna have some tea. Alright, so I'm just gonna do my under eyes really quick. I'm just gonna skip this part because I'm literally just gonna take all the same shades that I used and put it on my lower lash line. Alright, so now that that is done, I'm going to go in with the same highlight that I used on my face, and I'm going to go ahead and highlight my inner corner and my brow bone. So I'm just going to take a smaller brush just so I can focus the product on those areas. You can use a highlight color from the palette if you wanted to. I just prefer to have it all matching with my face highlight, so it's like, you know. Okay, so the only eyebrow product from what I can see that I haven't tried yet is this Billion Dollar Brows Universal Brow Pencil. And yeah, it just has like a little point. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a try. I think I got this in my BoxyCharm. It is super, super, super creamy. For example, it's like, it's so creamy. It's kind of like, I don't know if I like my eyebrow pencils to be that creamy because I find it really hard to do like little strokes. But it's not like the worst eyebrow pencil ever. Okay, so the color of this brow product isn't the worst. It's a little dark, but I always find myself doing my eyebrows pretty dark anyways, just because it matches my roots if I do it dark. But so yeah, it's a little dark, but I really don't mind it. I like my eyebrows to be a little dark, I guess. So this product, the Billion Dollar Brows Pencil, wasn't too bad. I do prefer thin, more precise eyebrow pencils because then you can really go in and, you know, create hair strokes and stuff. This was a little bit hard to work with. It wasn't the worst thing in the world, but it's definitely not my favorite. So now for mascara. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try this Smashbox Super Fanned Out Mascara. I got this for Christmas, I believe. Oh, I love the packaging. Look how pretty that is. Oh, girl. Alright, and I'm not going to curl my lashes. I want to see what this mascara does without curling them. Oh, I love the wand. It's like a nice plastic flexible wand. I find that I really, really like plastic wands because it really grabs each really grabs each lash and coats them. Okay, so this is one coat. Definitely not my favorite mascara, My favorite mascara is the Better Than Sex one, and I know that one's like a fiber mascara, but that one, I don't know what it is. Or not a fiber, but like it's not a plastic one, do you know what I mean? And I don't know why, but that one just makes my lashes look so good. Now I will warn you, be careful with this mascara. Sorry, my phone just went off. Be careful with this mascara because it can get a little clumpy if you go a little crazy. Oh no! I got some on my face. Okay, so for lipstick, I really only have one that I've never tried before. All the other ones I've tried, but they're just different colors. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this one. This is the Fenty Beauty Uncuffed Stunna Lip Paint. And I got this for Christmas, and this is my first time using it, so my bad. Alrighty, so yeah, like I said, this is the Fenty Beauty Stunna Lip Paint in the shade Uncuffed. Oh, that's a weird wand. Okay, that wasn't the best lip application, but I will say this reminds me a lot of the Kat Von D liquid lipsticks, but way less drying. Like the Kat Von D liquid lipsticks are really, really dry. This is not drying at all. Like I don't feel like I have anything on my lips. I wouldn't say this is my most favorite color with this look, but it's really the only one I had that was new, which I should have planned my eye look around that, but I didn't really think anything of it. But so yeah, I'm just gonna get this mark off my face, do a little bit of Fix Plus, kind of get everything all melted in together because I don't have any new setting sprays. And so yeah, I'll be right back. Alrighty, so I got that mark off my face, and I'm gonna go ahead and set this with Fix Plus. And I am gonna say this finally dried, and I love it. Just an FYI, it is not drying. Like I don't even feel like I have anything on my lips. It's not sticky, and it's just so good. It's so good. Let's see if it's transfer proof. And you can kiss your boo without it coming off. Okay, setting spray. Oh, it smells so good. This is the MAC Fix Plus in the coconut scent. And I'm sorry, this is not new, but I just love it. My foundation looks flawless now after that Fix Plus. Oh, I do have a setting spray. Let me try the setting spray. This is the CoverGirl Look Up All Day Setting Mist. I mean, technically Fix Plus isn't a setting spray. It's more of just like a makeup melter. Not like a makeup takeoff melter, but like a makeup, like, it's hard to explain. It just contains an ingredient that just helps your makeup blend all together so it doesn't look like it's sitting on your skin. It's really not a setting spray. It doesn't help your makeup last all day. It just helps your makeup kind of blend together. So if you're wondering why Fix Plus doesn't help your makeup last like all day long, that could be why. I mean, it's different for everybody. For me, it doesn't help my makeup last long, but it does help everything blend together. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try this bad boy. I got this at TJ Maxx for $2. Okay, so I'm just gonna take that CoverGirl setting spray. We won't really know if it does anything, but we'll see if it has a good spritzer. The spritzer is actually like really fine. Okay guys, so that completes this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Really the only things I didn't like out of trying all this stuff was the primer, the eyebrow product I wasn't a huge fan of, and the mascara I wasn't a huge fan of, but everything I've loved so far, and I'm super excited that I like everything because that is always good, especially when you spend all your money on makeup and you hate it. It's like, ugh, that's the worst. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to click the subscribe button down below. Also comment below if you want to see a full-on review on this foundation with me using a primer I actually like. And so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.